want to share with you a little bit of information about my membership tapping group. This morning we had the most profound hour together. It was just so lovely. I've been doing this membership tapping group for probably 3.5 years now. And it's just incredible how it comes together each month and the group gels, and there's often a common theme that emerges for people. Today we were just bing, we just hit the nail right on the head. I know it's the middle of March and we're at the end of a long winter here in Canada. And people are so looking forward to the daffodils coming up. But everybody arrived very tired, very exhausted, even frustrated, overwhelmed. One woman had some tears of relief to finally be, in the group tapping. I'm Susan Bushell, energy therapist. I've had a private practice in energy medicine and energy psychology since 2003, and I am an EFT International trainer. I have taught over 700 students how to tap. I love this group. We meet on the second Wednesday of each month. It's an hour in the morning at 9:30 Eastern and an hour in the late afternoon at 5:30. And people can attend the morning or the afternoon or both for one price, very affordable, $57 a month. And you can attend and you can pause your membership, you can dive in, stay with us for a month or stay with us for years. You are welcome. But this morning was particularly profound, and I thought, geez, it just felt so good, and there was some lovely shifts that happened for people, and I wanted to give you a little bit of a flavor. I want to do a little tapping with you. So I'll just introduce that by saying what came up was that people recognized how much they'd been doing for others. And they realized that they've been giving a lot to those they love, and they've been giving their life energy, their time, their emotional energy, and they're burned out, they're fried, and weren't quite sure what the motivators were behind this, or why they were feeling so overwhelmed or even resentful. And so we kind of unpackage that with each person. And for some people it was, well, it's my kid, or it's my nieces and nephews. I love them and I care about them, and I can see that they're struggling and I want to help them. For another woman, another person, it was her partner, and how she felt that he was really struggling with his job and financially and his career. And although she could see that it was his struggle, it was deeply affecting her life happiness and her quality of life as well, because money, right? It's when he's happy, she's happy. So and another person had sort of freed herself from a childhood of poverty, as she called it, dirt poor, and struggled her way through a sorely lacking educational system to be at the top of her class and free herself, come to Canada and create prosperity for herself. And now she's sending money back to her family and helping to provide for her nieces, and hoping, that by doing this, that she will help them come through what she went through, but with greater ease. So, people coming at it from different directions and for different reasons, but basically this sense of, I have to rescue and take care of those I love, or else something's gonna go bad. Something awful's going to happen. And I have to admit, this theme is a theme near and dear to my heart. I've had to do some work on this. I probably still have work to do on this. But with each time I tap and focus in on this theme, it gets easier and easier. I'm firstborn female. I'm from an immigrant family. My parents were immigrants. They didn't have anybody else, and I'm the eldest. And so I very easily slide into that role of trying to help. And it has its downfall. It has its pitfalls. It can create problems as much as it can be helpful to the family. So we tapped on this for a good half hour, over a half hour this morning. So I thought it might be nice, while it's still fresh in my mind, to give you a little sample in case you're thinking about perhaps joining my membership group, or even you're just thinking about tapping regularly on this theme. And maybe you haven't done a lot of tapping, maybe you've never done any tapping. Basically, it's acupressure for your emotions. So this technique helps you take care of your emotional life and your well-being. So of course, by tapping with me now, this is not a replacement for professional mental health care. If something on this theme or while you're tapping with me gets triggered, I want you to remember how important it is to reach out to your mental health caregiver. Call your psychotherapist, your social worker, your counselor, your doctor, or your accredited EFT practitioner to help you over that hump, whatever's popping up for you. All right. So you agree to that if you carry on and tap with me now. Alrighty? So just take a moment to reflect on how you might be giving a little too much to those you care about. How you tend to fill up your days and allow your emotional energy and your mental energy to be sapped by worrying about others and what they're going through in their lives. Okay? And we're going to start by tapping on the side of the hand, either hand, doesn't matter, just like that. Alrighty, and just repeating after me while you focus on that issue for yourself. Even though I'm noticing that I tend to spend a lot of energy worrying about those I love, caring for those I love. My energy's sapped right now, and I'm tired. I'm exhausted. There's so much fatigue right now. And I am able to recognize that I'm giving away a lot of my energy for really good reasons, but I'm not sure it's sustainable. A part of me wants to help, wants to relieve their suffering. And I've got the skills or the life wisdom to do that. So why shouldn't I? They need my help. They can benefit from my advice. And the truth is, I want to save them from something getting worse or going bad. I deeply and completely accept the part of me that's learned to live this way. Even though I'm realizing I'm trying really, really hard for others. And I've got what they might call caregiver burnout. And I've been doing it this way maybe for ages. I'm not sure I know how to do it any differently. But I'm tapping on this anyway. Even though I'm recognizing there's an upside to this problem and there's a downside. I'm going to let go of any expectations and just tap and see where I land. All right. And then taking these two fingers, tapping on the inside edge of your eyebrows. I'll just walk through the points and you can copy. I'm overwhelmed. My energy's really low right now. I'm recognizing I'm giving so much to others. I'm worrying about my nieces and nephews, my children, my partner, my work colleagues, my friends. I'm just under my collarbones here, but my microphone's there, so I'm being careful. On either side of your sternum, just under your collarbones, and in under your arms, about 4 inches below your armpits. I have to do it this way because I've done it this way forever. They rely on me. If I back off even just a little bit, something bad might happen. And I know that I have to be okay for my family to be okay. That's one of the themes that came up this morning. I have to have it together for my family to be okay. I believe that that is true. But I wonder, is it really true? So I'm tapping on this now. Now that's a couple of rounds. One woman this morning felt like she had to help her nieces out, she was raised in a part of the world where she describes her childhood as dirt poor, and that her nieces are in a similar situation, and she had to claw her way through the educational system and get herself through that and out of it and come to Canada, and she's worked hard and experienced prosperity here. And now she's wealthy enough to be able to send money back to them to help them get through their education. She's spending a lot of time and energy worrying about them and wondering, is this really helping? And she knows what it feels like because, she's felt this from the inside in her own life. Another person in the membership group has a son who's heading off to university, and he has an allergy that can threaten his life. And, she worries, if I don't keep on top of him, is he going to slip up and have a serious reaction? Another person in the group, her husband's struggling with his career and finances, and although she recognizes, she's done some work on this, and she recognizes that it's not her issue to solve his career issues. It's not for her to do that. However, it really affects her, and she's deeply frustrated and exhausted with his process because she's his partner, so it's very difficult to step back. So these are the kinds of themes and the kinds of issues that came up this morning, and beautifully gelled together. It was wonderful to work on that. So let's do a couple of more rounds. I want you to just come back to how much do you feel this kind of issue? How much do you suspect that you're giving away your life energy, holding other people up in some way, financially, emotionally? Maybe you're housing people for longer than perhaps you should. And maybe you took care of them during COVID and they haven't left yet. So that was another person's issue. So just tuning into the part of this theme that resonates for you in your life. Maybe you work harder than you should at your job and you're doing other people's work when really they should be doing it. There's another one, another theme. And just tune into that, and I'll get you to measure how uncomfortable it feels when you think about that from 0 to 10. Alrighty? You've got your number. Maybe it's a 4 or a 6. Just repeating after me, even though I'm continuing to recognize that I have this remaining problem. And it's a feeling in my body as well as a thought process in my head. But I'm choosing to tap with it anyway. Even though I may have been doing this for a very long time, and it is a well-worn behavior for me, I'm almost unaware of what I'm doing. I just suddenly find myself there. But the truth is, I don't want to watch their struggle because I care about them. I don't want to drop the ball in case something goes wrong. I don't want to give up on this because then I'd have to feel guilty. And I deeply and completely respect how I feel about all of it. Even though I may have really good reasons for continuing to do it this way, that really feel true and resonate with me, I also recognize that I'm not going to be here forever, that I am giving up too much of my time and energy, and I'm maybe even frustrated with these other people. And maybe I've decided at this point in my life, I don't want to be the rescuer anymore, the advice giver, the family counselor. I want to give that role up, if I was really truthful with myself. And I deeply and completely love and accept the part of me that for a really good reason has been doing it this way. I've been rescuing them. I've been keeping them safe for a long time. Maybe I raised these people. Maybe if I let go, they'd lose their job. Or they'd get sick. Or they'd never stop playing video games and come out of the basement. Maybe they'd never get over that addiction. Maybe they never would find the love of their life. Maybe they won't ask for help from the right people if I don't help them. I love and accept the part of me that believes this and has been functioning from this place. And it's okay. It's okay. And I'm okay. But I'm open to the possibility of change. What if I designed my life a little differently now? What if I allowed myself to consider pulling back and spending more time with myself? What if I reserved more of my life energy for me? Or for a few priority people? And just let the rest go for a while. When was the last time I laid on the ground under a tree? I said this morning. When was the last time I went out to play and have fun? It's like, what? Play? Fun? That sounds like, everybody's like, that's a foreign word. I don't know what that word means. When was the last time I hopped on my bike and went for a ride with no particular destination or job chore in mind? When was the last time I went rollerblading, skateboarding, swimming, paddling? When was the last time I went for a walk just with myself and the dog? When was the last time I hung out with friends with no agenda, just hanging on the porch chatting, watching the world strolling by? When was the last time I went to the beach or to the local waterfall? When was the last time I rolled around on the ground with my grandchildren? Yeah, because there's literally been no time in my life or no energy in my body for any of that. It hasn't occurred to me. I've been too busy worrying about the problems of others. And that's okay. I'm choosing to get a handle on that now and reserve more energy for me, because I do deserve it. And I'll even go so far as to begin to recognize that as I take care of me, so can everyone else. Even those with big challenges can move through those challenges and come out stronger, more committed to themselves, loving themselves more, maybe finding more of their strength and grit for the next time they take a little tumble or have a challenge pop up in life. What if I wasn't needed at all? Oh my goodness. What if I wasn't needed at all and I was free to go and live my life exactly how I want? Take that road trip. Take off for 6 months in an airplane. Hop on my motorcycle and go explore the world. What if I just grabbed the dog and went to see some place I've never been before? What if I spent more time with my lover and spent more time finishing the book that I haven't finished, finishing that project that I'd love to complete but haven't quite had the time or energy to do it? What if I modified my home in a way that I've been wishing I could for a long time? What if I tapped into this reserve and used this energy for me and what I want to bring into my life? Because otherwise, what's the purpose? What is the purpose of my life if it's not for me? What's the purpose if it's not for me? So I'm just offering a few little reframes there. Some of them may land, and it's okay if they don't. If you're still feel very locked into, but I have to help them or they're going to die. I have to help them or they're going to fail. I have to help them or they're not going to love me. It just takes some more tapping, some more work. Take a nice deep breath. Thank you so much for tapping along with me. I hope you've been able to stay to the end of the video. If you would like to learn more about tapping, about what I do, although I am semi-retired, I just do session work 2 days a week. But for those 2 days, I do work online and in person in my office in Guelph. If you would like to learn how to tap and do this for yourself, you do not need to be a mental health professional to learn how to tap. And I offer 4-day trainings at this point, mostly online. My next training is coming up March 21st to the 24th, 2024, but I'm doing them all the time. I have a couple, I have another one coming up in July this year. So there's always one coming down the road at this point. So freeyouremotions.com. Have a little peek at the website. On the workshops page, you will find a combined levels 1 and 2, which describe the 4-day EFT training where you can learn to tap really well for yourself, but also for others as well. And there's also all the events that I offer are on the events calendar on the website too. You can reach out through my contact page or my phone number. From anywhere in Canada, I can accept phone calls and we can chat if you have questions about what I do, how I work, how I might be able to help, or any information you need about the trainings. Okay, so thank you for joining me. Enjoy that tapping. You can replay the video and do it more than once and just really keep clearing issues around that theme. And I hope to connect with you soon. Bye for now.